Hi, everyone, and welcome once again to East Brunswick High School. Gordy Deal alongside Phil Hill for high school basketball today. East Brunswick comes in ranked #1 in the area by the Home News, #5 in the state by the Star-Ledger. Immaculata comes in ranked #7 in the Home News area pool, and we're seeing a couple of 11-2 teams go at it today, Phil, what should be a thriller.
It should be a thriller, Gordy. Immaculata, of course, is one of the talented teams in Somerset County. They're seeded #3 in their own in the Somerset County tournament. They're coming in off a victory, a 39-19 victory over Roselle. But the question, I think, for Immaculata is which team is going to show up. They recently lost to a Roselle Catholic team by 14 points, a team that they beat early in the year by 14 points. As you pointed out, they're a very young team, so we don't know what team is going to show up for Immaculata today. As for the Bears, on the other hand, I think they beat South Brunswick by 44 points, J.P. Stevens by 47 points, and they're playing good ball. Their only loss being to the defending Group 4 champion, Columbia, by 2 points, and of course St. Peter's of New York by 1 point. And this is probably the best team in Middlesex County. This intra-county game should be interesting.
And one of the underlying themes, obviously, today, East Brunswick head coach Reggie Carney, now in his 9th season, going for win number 500 today after spending first half of his career over at Hoffman High School. So all the fans will have that in the back of their minds as well as they cheer on EB.
They'll have that in the back of their minds. Unfortunately, Reggie's got to have it in the front of his minds. We've been watching him for the last half an hour, and he won't tell you. He looks a little bit nervous. I mean, all the hoopla, nice story in the Home News Tribune this morning about Reggie and his feats and whatnot. So I think he's feeling a little bit of pressure. It's going to be up to his team to take the pressure off him.
All right, so we'll watch a couple of 11-2 clubs go at it today. Reggie Carney goes for win number 500 for Immaculata. Keep an eye out on number 21, Jen Hilgenberg, a sophomore, their best player, and also a senior, number 42, Robin Matisich. Immaculata versus East Brunswick coming up. Let's take a look at our starting lineups first. First for the visiting Immaculata Spartans at point guard, number 4, Christina Simp. She's a 5'4 junior. Another guard is number 21, Jen Hilgenberg, who we mentioned in the pregame. She's a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 14 points a game. The forwards, number 11, Liz Geiger, a 5'8 freshman. Number 12, Ebony Johnson, a 5'8 junior. And the center is number 42, Robin Matisich. Immaculata comes in with a mark of 11-2 overall, 10-1 in the Mountain Valley Conference Mountain Division. For East Brunswick, in the backcourt, number 5, Jess Olszewski, a 5'10 junior. Number 14, Elizabeth Whalen, a 5'9 freshman. Running the point will be number 42, Sue Firestone, a 5'7 senior. The forward, number 25, Megan O'Neill, a 5'11 senior. And the center, number 31, Stacy Kohler, a 6' senior. And Kohler will jump it up with number 21, Jen Hilgenberg. It'll be East Brunswick in the home white jerseys with the green, and Immaculata in the visiting blue with white trim. East Brunswick working from right to left. Olszewski with the pull-up. Off the tip, no good, but O'Neill with the putback off the rebound, and East Brunswick draws first blood. Nice steal. Kohler has it stripped from behind, but a whistle and a foul. I believe Ebony Johnson was in the neighborhood.
And the Immaculata is going to see a lot of that full court pressure, Gordy.
First personal foul at Ebony Johnson. First for the team. At the free throw line, Stacy Kohler. Ball net for Kohler. She'll shoot one more. Officials today, Ray Forziati and Allison Aaron. Rod O'Neill asserting herself early. Misses the putback. Olszewski's there, can't get it to fall. Ball loose. Hilgenberg with the save. What a smart play. Threw it down toward her basket, but it's Firestone tracking it down. Now East Brunswick with numbers. A 4-on-3. Here's Whalen with it. Now in the corner, Olszewski. Cross court for Firestone. The open look partially blocked, but the rebound grab by Olszewski, put back, no. East Brunswick all over the glass. Wow. And a save, but now Ebony Johnson comes away with it for Immaculata. Run down by Firestone. Johnson with the leaf off for Hilgenberg, put it up and in.
I'll tell you, great pass by Johnson.
East Brunswick leads at 3-2. Barely a minute gone by. Here's Elizabeth Whalen. Baseline jumper's good. Nice soft touch by Elizabeth Whalen. And it's 5-2 EB.
Once again, the Bears with the full court pressure.
Simp able to break the pressure. Here's East Brunswick on the steal, and a steal back, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called.
I think Ebony Johnson, a little frustrated, tried to sneak a pass in there. O'Neill got a hand on it. She tried to steal it back from O'Neill and created the foul.
And Ebony picks up her second already. Second team foul on Immaculata. Here's O'Neill with the basketball. Immaculata showing a 1-3-1. Try to throw the pass behind the defense. Olszewski knocked out of bounds by Immaculata. EB gets it back, and Firestone will trigger the inbound. To a cutting O'Neill. Off the glass, won't go. Jump ball called. It'll be Immaculata possession. 6:16 to go, first quarter. East Brunswick 5, Immaculata 2.
I'll tell you one thing that's been established already. The Bears have been strong off the offensive boards, just haven't been able to put the ball down.
Baseball pass is complete to Geiger. Couldn't quite gather it in, but it was last touched by East Brunswick, and Immaculata will get it back. East Brunswick with a mark of 11-2 coming in, undefeated, a perfect 8-0 in the GMC Red Division. And head coach Reggie Carney now in his 9th season here in EB, looking for win number 500 today. Missed by Hilgenberg, EB on the break. The 2v1 if Firestone hurries. Tries to go by Simp, but lost it out of bounds, and the Spartans get it back.
Okay, Firestone with the crossover dribble off her leg.
Here's a steal off the inbounds, the layoff, and Firestone can't get it to fall. Good steal by Kohler off the inbound. Here comes Immaculata, trailing by 3. Simp, here's Johnson, back to Simp. Picked up there in the man-to-man by Firestone. And the good defense forces the turnover.
Immaculata trying for that back door, just a little wide.
Yeah, East Brunswick coming off that 74-27 win over JP Stevens. You see the ball tipped out of bounds the other way.
I'll tell
they
you,
got out to a 24-2 start in the first quarter.
Mercy. Both of these teams with quick hands, Gordy. A lot of balls are being slapped out of bounds.
Substitution for Immaculata. Ebony Johnson takes a breather. In for her is Erin Geiger, number 25, another freshman. In fact, she is the twin sister of Liz Geiger, another freshman on the Spartan lineup. Well, they got away with the travel there, but Geiger put it up and in. Erin Geiger off the bench with a fresh 2, and it's a 1-point game, 5-4 East Brunswick. Maybe she just stepped off the wrong foot. Is that what I say? It looked like a walk. Maybe she just went off the wrong foot. EB the other way. Kohler gets bumped in the back, but puts it in.
Good feed by O'Neill.
3 points now for Stacy Kohler. EB up 7-4. There's a struggle in the backcourt. Kohler and Whalen collapse on Erin Geiger. The possession arrow belongs to East Brunswick.
And I'll tell you, if this Somerset County team hasn't seen the Bears, they're going to see a lot of that trapping defense, a lot of that pressure.
Here's Olszewski for 3. Bombs away. Olszewski with the first tray of the afternoon. And it's a 10-4 East Brunswick lead, just like that. Here's Hilgenberg on the break. Wow, showing some good balance and finishes the break after being double-teamed by Olszewski and Whalen. And Hilgenberg, only a sophomore, and their best player. 4 points for her, 10-6 EB. And the other way, Firestone with the off-balance one-handed leaner. Firestone on the board with her first 2, and it's 12-6. Well, Hilgenberg can really move for a sophomore. She answers again.
I'll tell you, maybe that's her game, being off balance, Gordy.
Here's Whalen for 3, drains it. Both teams shooting about 80% at this point. 15-8, East Brunswick leads at 4:11 to go, first period. Substitutions for Immaculata. We're going to see Heather Hargrove, number 22, come in, another freshman at 5'7". Also number 13, Nicole Palazzi, a 6-foot junior. As we see Liz Geiger and Robin Matisich get a break.
I'll tell you, this Immaculata team really is a young team. As you look down the schedule there, I think 1 senior, 2 seniors on the squad.
Hilgenberg the other way, can't get it to go. New person in the game for East Brunswick is Kelly Suchowicki. She replaces Sue Firestone. EB on the break. Here's Kohler off the glass. Good. You don't give Kohler that kind of look and expect her to miss. You better put a body on her because she can deliver all day.
She's been playing about as well as any player for the Bears there, Gordy.
5 points for Stacy, 17-8 East Brunswick. Timeout Immaculata, 3:54 to go in the first. Let's see what Reggie Carney has to say.
Okay, they're into your favorite 1-4 press breaker. If you get confused, then just go man and go for 5-second count. Okay, so all that's happening is during the 1-4 press breaker, that gets a little confusing. You remember to stay deep. Okay, now down this end, good job. Just keep busting up through there. Just keep busting it up, right? Way to reverse the ball. Just watch out for 21 coming down the floor. Good job. Again, stop her off the dribble. Right now, keep attacking that glass. Keep moving the ball. Doing a great job. Come on. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense. Come on.
Okay, Reggie Carney talking about if you don't recognize what type of defense they're in, simply go to man-to-man, force them into a 5 seconds turnover. And, of course, the last thing, keep attacking those boards as they have really on the offensive boards.
He also mentioned keep an eye on number 21, Jen Hilgenberg has been flashy down the lane as we see Christina Simp lose the ball out of bounds. 17-8, East Brunswick leads it, just under 4 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Gordy Deal alongside Phil Hill. Glad you could join us. Two of the best teams in the area here. East Brunswick leading the way in the Greater Middlesex Conference. And Immaculata doing the same in the Mountain Valley Conference. Here's Olszewski stepping in. Got submarine, no call. And Immaculata comes away with it. Simp on the break. Just a junior. Practically all these kids will be back next year for Pam Baylog. She's a star basketball player herself down at Temple University in Philadelphia, now in her 6th season with Immaculata.
Okay, Whalen with a good defensive effort there.
Jess Olszewski will trigger the inbound. Some moderate pressure from Immaculata. Here's a long feed ahead. Liz Whalen can't get it to go. Ball loose in the paint. Bodies on the floor. Possession arrow belongs to East Brunswick, or rather Immaculata. Ebony Johnson getting set to check back in.
And the Bears take the pressure off.
Here's Palazzi with a free look. She gets the shooter's touch. And Palazzi's on the board with her first two. Nicole Palazzi draws Immaculata to within 7 at 17-10. 3 minutes to go in the first. It's Megan O'Neill the other way for Olszewski. The three, no good. And the rebound, Hilgenberg.
Hilgenberg, a good-looking athlete.
Yeah, and only a sophomore. Normally, boys and girls who are sophomores, not quite that developed yet. Still growing into those bodies. She seems to have it all together. East Brunswick on the break. Here comes Olszewski on Hilgenberg. Put it up, won't go. And Simp will race the other way. Simp on Megan O'Neill, now double team in the backcourt, all kinds of trouble.
Suchowicki with a good hand there.
Substitution, Stacy Kohler comes out, as does Liz Whalen in the game for EB. Sue Firestone returns. And we get our first look at Vicky Fisher tonight. Here's Hilgenberg drifting on the left wing, picked up there by Firestone. Looking to drive by. Some good contact there at top of the key. Crossover dribble, loses it. Olszewski working on Ebony Johnson in a 2-on-2. Suchowicki with the pull-up, but drag the foot. Now we're going the other way. 17-10, score remains, 2:06 to go, first quarter.
Bears back in the full court pressure.
Ebony Johnson gets it in to Simp. She throws it away. Here's Firestone for the free throw line. Off the turnover, won't go. O'Neill the rebound. Couldn't find the handle though, and Immaculata gets it back. Immaculata looking for help. Johnson gets it into Hilgenberg. She's looking to run. She's like the Energizer Bunny. Man. But they turn it over again. Here comes O'Neill, puts it up. No. What a foul.
I'll tell you, good strong move by Megan O'Neill with the crossover dribble, going up with the left hand to draw the foul.
Ebony Johnson picks up the foul. That's number 3 on her. Third team foul on Immaculata. Liz Geiger at the scorer's table getting set to check back in for Immaculata, joined now by Robin Matisic. Megan O'Neill at the free throw line shooting 2. First kicks out on her.
And Megan O'Neill about to get a very good education at Columbia.
Immaculata's best player, Jen Hilgenberg, to the bench as well. Second free throw for O'Neill. That one rattles out. So the score remains 17-10. Reggie Carney has said before that he doesn't like to give up more than 10 points per quarter to the opponent, and Immaculata's already at that now with 1.5 minutes to go in the first. He says that occasionally has spelled doom for his club. Gave up more than 10 a quarter in both of their losses. Here's Geiger in the corner, pumping it down low to Matisic. Turnaround jumper won't go, too strong. Immaculata collects the offensive board. Geiger will set it up. And now some contact by Elizabeth Whalen as she collided with Christina Simpf. Kind of a sarcastic crowd, sarcastic cheer for the Immaculata crowd.
Yeah, that's the first team foul for the Bears.
Geiger throws it away. I thought you were going the other way, she said. Here's O'Neill bursting out of the pack with the ball. And her pass ahead for Whalen. Nice save by Whalen, but right into the arms of Simpf. Simpf being harassed by Firestone. And the pass on the wing, out of bounds. Another turnover by the Spartans. EB gets it back.
That harassment by Firestone caused that turnover there. Simpf a pretty good ball handler. Doesn't look like she's has much of a handle, but has actually handled the ball pretty well.
Sue Firestone at the point, across the midcourt line for EB. Here's a Whalen 3. A little too strong. Firestone had a piece of it. Kohler in a battle for it. Whalen tracks it down. They call a reach and foul. I believe they got Liz Geiger. Actually, it's going to call it on Robin Matisic. That'll be her first personal, team foul number 4 on Immaculata. 38 seconds to go, first quarter. Still 17-10, East Brunswick. Up top for Whalen. They swing it around for an Olszewski 3. Contact but no call. Ball knocked out of bounds, belongs to EB. Erin Geiger's going to check in again for Immaculata, replacing her sister Liz.
Sort of a little tightness about this game early on, Gordy.
Yeah.
You got a sense they haven't loosened up yet.
It's missing a little flow. You know why? I always think, though, with teams that play such hounding defense like East Brunswick, and Immaculata does a pretty good job, too. It's so hard to get in any kind of rhythm. It's just a swarming defense. Non-stop pressure. Olszewski for 3 is short, but Whalen tracks down the rebound. Up top to Firestone. Olszewski had it for a moment. Palazzi saves it in bounds and takes his seat in the bench. Traveling violation.
They call Olszewski for steps there. And again, that flow, I think this whole notion of the potential for a 500th victory for Reggie, I think it has settled in on the team there.
Jen Hilgenberg has returned to the Immaculata lineup in place of Christina Simpf, and we've come to the end of the first quarter. East Brunswick 17, Immaculata 10. It's been a pretty good one so far, but as you mentioned, Phil, not really a whole lot of flow, and you wonder if the X factors are starting to contribute a little bit. See what Reggie Carney has to say.
If we would just relax on offense and play basketball, where are you throwing the ball to, right? I'm saying the same thing to me. Where are you throwing the ball to? Why are you so quick to get rid of the ball? They don't have shots, keep going. Now when 2 people guard you, now somebody's wide open, okay? Don't start settling for 3s when you could have had an easy 2. 2s add up pretty quickly. Good job inside, right? Again, you're hounding that kid way to be open, but all we're doing right now is we probably have 9 turnovers already. Okay? No reason for that because they're not forcing these turnovers. We're making bad decisions. Defensively, doing a great job. Rebounding, doing a great job. And running the floor, doing a great job. But when we look so beautiful in the fast break the last 2 weeks, you had very good spacing. Right now, we don't, and we're too close, and we're making bad decisions. Keep running the transition, but again, create the 2-on-1 yourself off the dribble. All right, now this quarter, again, get right after him. All right, hustle. 1, 2, 3, hustle.
I think you had captured it best right before the break, saying there was kind of some nervous energy out there that Reggie alluded to, and you had said that just before the break. So we'll see if they calm down now with 8 minutes in the books. Second quarter getting set to start. EB by 7 over Immaculata. If you follow the local newspaper rankings, East Brunswick at number 1, Immaculata at number 7 in the Middlesex, Somerset, Union County area. Here's Olszewski with an open look from 17. It's too strong, and the rebound to Palazzi of Immaculata. The other way,
He took a step.
Aaron Geiger
I tell you.
can't catch up with the baseball pass from Jen Hilgenberg, and EB gets it back.
Hilgenberg got away with a one big giant step there.
Sue Firestone will bring it up. Right wing for Whalen. Move the ball well in the perimeter. It's a great look down low to Kohler. Had it partially blocked, though. In fact, she got her body underneath the basket. She wasn't in a great position to shoot it, and Immaculata comes away with it. 7:30 to go, second quarter. Hilgenberg for Aaron Geiger. Here's Matisic. Senior workhorse for Immaculata, backs it off to Geiger.
Good pressure by the Bears right now.
In the corner, Heather Hargrove backs it off for Geiger. Here's a Matisic jumper from the free throw line extended, and it's good. Matisic, her first 2 points of the game at 17-12. Immaculata to within 5. Here's O'Neal, baseline, working on Matisic. Dump it off for Kohler, foul. Heather Hargrove's going to pick up the foul. That's her first personal. Team foul number 5 on Immaculata. East Brunswick has only committed 1 foul so far. Stacy Kohler to the free throw line. Stacy 1 for 2 this afternoon at the stripe. First is good.
And I'll tell you, as you look at Kohler, I usually look at to see who plays in the big games. Win or lose, Stacy Kohler plays big in the big games.
Second free throw good by Stacy. She's now 3 for 4 at the line. 2 for 2 that trip. 6:51 to go here in the first half. 19-12, East Brunswick by 7. There's a long baseball pass by Hilgenberg. She found Matisic alone. Megan O'Neal fouled her from behind.
I'll tell you, Megan O'Neal fouled her from behind, but the young players have to learn Matisic did not need that dribble. If she would have went right up with the ball, she would have had the easy 2. Nevertheless, she goes to the foul line to shoot 2.
And Megan picks up her first personal. That's the second team foul. Matisic to the free throw line. Matisic unclear as to where she will continue her studies. She's right now looking at Notre Dame and Georgetown. Second free throw also no good. The putback won't go, and O'Neal the rebound. O'Neal runs away from 3 Immaculata players. Looping pass for Whalen, and Hilgenberg goes end to end. And Whalen committed the turnover.
I'll tell you, she's called for a travel there. The fans don't seem to like it. But again, the Bears still haven't loosened up, Gordy.
There's a defensive play, the steal, and Firestone converts. 4 points now, Sue Firestone. The lead is 9. And another steal by Firestone. Leaves it off for Olszewski. Dump to Whalen and the finish. Wow.
I'll tell you, great defense.
Pam Balog wants a timeout, talk things over with her young troops. Immaculata is going to take a 20. 6:20 to go, first half. East Brunswick has erupted here. 23-12. And that furious defense just really wore on Immaculata those past 30 seconds.
I'll tell you, we might as well listen to Reggie here.
Jump, jump, you're capable, jump, get up in the air. Keep running the fast break again, a little bit wider. All right, good job, come on. Come on, keep it going. Defense, 1, 2, 3, defense.
Defense is right, Gordy. Typical East Brunswick team. When they get their game going, it's turnovers from playing great defense. And we saw a stretch there right before that timeout where they forced 3 turnovers and turned them into points.
Here's O'Neal with the pull-up in the paint. It's good. And another steal. Kohler with it this time. O'Neal called for the offensive foul.
Oh, mercy. And the Bears keep the pressure on. It's been a job for the Immaculata to try to get the ball down court.
That's Megan's second personal foul. Third team foul on the Bears. Here's Simpf with the leave inside for Hargrove. Put it up, blew the layup. Rebound Kohler. And Hargrove got her hand in there, and then Kohler fell on it. She gets up a little slow. She appears to be all right. Hilgenberg will trigger the inbound. Jen Hilgenberg, 5'10" sophomore. Wow, still growing.
I think
Shesky took a knock in the eye there.
when she hit the floor there, she certainly did, and she's a little dazed right now, and they're going to have to substitute for her.
They'll take her right into the trainer's room. Phil Hostler will have a look at her, and up off the bench for East Brunswick will be Morgan Baylog. No relation to the Immaculata head coach Pam Baylog.
Right.
And if so, they probably wouldn't be talking to each other today anyway, right?
I don't think so.
Here's Hilgenberg holding high overhead, guarded there by Whalen. Gets it into Matisic. Back to Hilgenberg. No doubt she's looking to drive. Pull off balance jumper and drains it, going to her left and had to shoot it back to her right.
Gotta like this young lady.
Hilgenberg with 8 points. 25-14. East Brunswick by 11. Here's Baylog. Bounce pass in the corner for O'Neill. Looking to drive. Steps through the double team and a 3-second violation on East Brunswick. .534 to go, first half. Hilgenberg to Matisic to a cutting Simpf. Simpf to Hilgenberg, lob pass for Hargrove. And they lose it out of bounds. Last touch though by EB, and Immaculata will get it back.
EB playing good defense all over the floor.
5:25 to go, second quarter. And a 5-second violation. Well, that's what Reggie Carney had talked about in timeout.
Exactly.
You're not sure where you're supposed to be. Just play good old basic man-to-man defense to try to force the 5-second turnover, and they did.
Let's watch the Bears on this in this offensive set here. They haven't done much in their straight set. Most of their points have come from defensive pressure.
It's Firestone. Megan flashing up high to Kohler. Shot won't go. The rebound to Matisic. Matisic with the bounce pass to Simpf in a little bit of trouble, and here's a pick by Whalen at midcourt. 2-on-1. Kohler and Baylog threw it away. Reggie Carney yelling, take your time. There's no need to force that one. Kelly Suchowicki returns to the lineup, replacing Sue Firestone. Also Vicky Fisher back in, and she'll give Stacy Kohler a break. 4:56 to go, second quarter. 25-14 remains the score. East Brunswick in command. Here's Palazzi for Simpf. Simpf running the point, picked from behind by Suchowicki. Well, she's so quick.
I'll tell you, once again, defensive hands.
Here's Whalen. Pass knocked out of bounds by Hilgenberg. Back in the lineup for Immaculata, Erin Geiger, the 5'7" freshman. Well, she's listed as 5'7". She won't be 5'7" until she's a senior.
I'll tell you, Pam Baylog, nevertheless, rotating players in, trying to keep up with Reggie's rotation.
Here's Suchowicki at the point for EB. On the right wing for O'Neill. A three, no good. The rebound, Matisic had it for a moment, ripped out of her hands by Fisher, who put it back up and in. Vicky Fisher with her first two. East Brunswick 27-14 now. Here's Hilgenberg off to the races. On the drive, nice touch. Jen Hilgenberg now with 10 of Immaculata's 16 points. Back to an 11-point lead for EB. Here's Baylog for Suchowicki. Working around to Whalen. To a flashing Fisher. Baseline O'Neill has it stripped. Regains. One step. Scoop with the left won't go. Put back, no, but a foul.
And you take a look at Megan O'Neill. Had 13 points against J.P. Stevens in their last outing.
Megan can't get the first to go. The foul was on Heather Hargrove. That's her second. Team foul number 6 on Immaculata.
Megan 0 for 3 from the foul line.
That's not something you see very often.
No.
Nicole Palazzi out of the game for Immaculata. Back in is Christina Simpf. Second one is good by O'Neill. She now has 5 points. East Brunswick extends to 28-16. Elizabeth Whalen, Megan O'Neill out of the game. Stacy Kohler returns. As does Sue Firestone. Baseball pass under the pressure, forces a turnover. but Hilgenberg recovers it. 3:45 to go, first half. Simp running the point for Immaculata. Throws it to the high post where Matisic had checked in, loose ball.
They called travel. I'll tell you, they called travel, a little sliding on the floor there. Ebony Johnson on the bench a long time for Pam Baylog.
She's saddled with 3 fouls. Might not see her the rest of this half. Still 3:31 to go. Erin Geiger gets it into Hilgenberg. Little backwards look at the hoop, can't get it to go. She's just incredibly athletic. And just a sophomore. Man, Baylog's got a lot to build with. She's got a lot of freshmen and sophomores on this roster. Suchowicki for Baylog. Now Firestone. Kohler lost the handle on it. We've got a held ball. Possession arrow belongs to East Brunswick. Heather Hargrove got her hands in there to tie up Kohler. 3:06 to go. A couple more substitutions as Liz Whalen checks back in, as does Megan O'Neill.
I'll tell you, talk about substitutions, Gordy. I don't see Jess Olszewski on the bench yet. So you got to wonder how bad she's injured. And if she's not around, it certainly makes a big difference in the game.
Here's Hilgenberg. Thinks about the 3, now drives on Firestone with great defense by Sue Firestone, forced a bad miss. Here comes Whalen out of the pack. Whalen to Kohler, finishes the break. Nice job by Stacy Kohler. She's got 9 points, and East Brunswick leads at 30-16.
Nice movement.
They throw it away down the other end under more EB defensive pressure. Matisic couldn't corral it. Suchowicki will trigger the inbound for EB. In for Firestone, back to Suchowicki. Firestone on the right wing for Whalen to a cutting O'Neill at the free throw line. The jumper rolls around, comes out. I think it actually went off the head of Stacy Kohler. Out of bounds. Immaculata basketball. Substitution at the table. Nicole Palazzi returns. Robin Matisic checks out for Immaculata. Erin Geiger, the inbound, gets it into Christina Simp. Back to Geiger, looking for help. Here's Hilgenberg, has a strip by O'Neill, now double team, and there's trouble.
And
Immaculata got away with one there. Kohler got her hands on it.
Spartans lucky to get the ball back. But once again, the tremendous pressure defense by the Bears.
Here's Hilgenberg, off balance, baseline jumper won't go. Kohler the rebound. On the outlet for O'Neill. Here comes EB. O'Neill driving lane with the dish to Suchowicki, blocked. Immaculata gets it back. Good recovery on defense by the Spartans. But EB still leads it 30-16. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Simp driving off the pick from Hilgenberg. Now double teamed and in trouble, falls to the floor, but not before releasing it to Geiger. The Geiger double team.
Oh, the pressure is tremendous. Unbelievable.
Almost looks at times like they're playing with 7 players.
I'll tell you, and it's got to be frustrating. This is a team, the Spartans are 11-2, and probably had their way with most of the teams that they played. They're not used to being manhandled like this.
Minute 42 to go, first half. Geiger in for Hilgenberg. Hilgenberg showing some good ball handling skills, dumps it off now to Simp. Vicky Fisher and Morgan Baylog getting set to check back into the EB lineup. Less than a minute and a half. Here's Geiger in trouble. And it was thrown away. I said Simp stepped on the the sideline rather. Suchowicki and O'Neill get a breather for EB. Minute 19 to go, second quarter. Firestone, Kohler left open with the turnaround jumper, can't get it to go though, and the rebound to Baylog. Back out for Kohler. Not shy, shoots it again, an air ball that time though. Might be a little out of her range. She's used to playing down low.
That's right, that's right. Again, I hate they were up 30-16, but the offensive flow itself, like I said, most of the baskets have been off defensive pressure like that.
Look at Whalen flashing for the steal. The miss, but Kohler put it back up and in. They just punish you all over the floor. 11 points for Stacy Kohler, 32-16. They've doubled up Immaculata. Baseball pass ahead for Hargrove. She won't catch up with that. And Jen Hilgenberg's arm is just a little too strong.
It's like tennis, an unforced error there, but an unforced error that comes due to pressure by the Bears.
Yeah, you wonder, too, if the defense that they play sets them up for so many good looks down low that they almost force themselves out of their own offensive rhythm because they score all their points off of defensive turnovers and never really get a chance to bring the ball up the floor.
Good point. Good point.
Not that they mind. They've gotten some great looks so far this afternoon. Firestone will trigger the inbound. Goes up high for Whalen through her hands. Immaculata's got some numbers, but Whalen outraces everybody and tracks it down.
That should have been backcourt, I think.
That's what I thought. Fans are clamoring for it. And as Baylaw goes to the hole, she's fouled. They are going to whistle Erin Geiger. That'll be her first personal. That is team foul number 7 on Immaculata. At the free throw line goes Morgan Baylog, 5'6" senior. First trip to the line tonight. And her first is off. She'll shoot one more. 37 seconds left to go, second quarter. That's more like it. Baylog on the board with her first, 33-16. Remember, this game was 17-10 at one point. Been a 16-6 run here in the second quarter. And defense is the reason. Liz Geiger back in the game for Immaculata. Gets it off to Simph. She's picked up by Whalen. Whalen really plays terrific defense with her feet. Really moves well. 10 seconds to go in the game for Immaculata. Stephanie Wilk, first look we have at her, number 23, a 5'5" junior. Up top for Simph with 5 seconds to go. Here's Geiger to her sister, Liz Geiger, to Erin Geiger. Time running out. And bad clock management by Immaculata. We've come to the end of the first half. 33-16, East Brunswick leads it.
Well, Gordy, we've been lamenting all afternoon. Defense has been the name of the game. And I don't think Reggie Carney would care too much that the offensive flow isn't perfect. He's gained many of those 500 victories, whether they be at Hoffman or here at East Brunswick, through great defensive teams. And once again this afternoon, the Bears are exhibiting just that.
Let's take a look at our first half stats. We are going to have a little presentation at halftime. The girls gymnastics and girls volleyball teams for their championship seasons will be recognized here. First half stats, first for Immaculata. Really, it was Jen Hilgenberg doing all the damage for the Spartans. She came in averaging 14 points, finished the first half with 10. Again, she's only a sophomore, a fun one to watch. A couple other people contributed 2 each. Nicole Palazzi off the bench, she had 2. Erin Geiger had 2, and Robin Matisic had 2. Immaculata 0 for 2 at the free throw line. East Brunswick was led by Stacy Kohler, who just dominated down low. Kohler finished the first half with 11 points. Then it was Elizabeth Whalen with 7, including a 3-pointer. Sue Firestone had 4, Megan O'Neill had 5, and Jess Olszewski had a 3-pointer, but left the game with apparently some type of eye injury. She seemed to be blinking when she walked off into the trainer's room, and we'll see if we can get a halftime report on her. So the score at halftime, East Brunswick 33 and Immaculata 16. And we will take a break, and we'll pick up when we do the halftime presentations for the volleyball and gymnastics teams. All right, so here we go with our halftime presentation. A terrific school year athletically for the girls gymnastics and girls volleyball teams, and we're going to recognize both of them here. The gymnastics team captured the red division, went 7-0 in the division, and were rated number 10 in the state. So your letter winners, the freshman Bared Sherman. This is Denise Brooks now, 10th grader. Jill Goldman sporting the school colors.
10th grader, all area, Jennifer Ruth.
Jennifer Ruth getting her congratulations. Also an all area selection. There's Faye Bronzo. She's the manager of the team. Lisa Conrad not here apparently, but also named all area, Jill Holland.
11th grader, all conference, Terry Nelson.
Junior named all conference, Terry Nelson.
11th grader, all area, Kerry Sweeney.
And Kerry Sweeney, another all-area selection. And only 2 seniors. A good-looking young crew
I'll tell you,
for Coach Joe Gannon.
bids well for the Bears.
That's Dina Hamden and Jade Schloida, an all-state selection. Coach of the Year, Joe Gannon. Congratulations. He gets a nice shake. Congratulations from Frank Knoppenberger, the athletic director. The gymnastics team 7-0 in the
The girls volleyball team was equally impressive by winning the Suburban Volleyball League title and finished the season with a 21-4 record. And now the letter winners.
So the gymnastics team 7-0 and finished number 10 in the state. Move on to volleyball. Lauren Genovese was the first player recognized. She, of course, though, is on the basketball team, so we won't see her this afternoon. Atika Gunja, an 11th grader, volleyball team, won the Suburban Volleyball League title, finished the season with a 21-4 record. Diana Zari, an all-area selection. Another player being recognized. It's on the basketball team. 2 of them. Here's Vicky Fisher coming out late. She was also an all-area volleyball player. Megan O'Neill, another basketball player getting the call. All-area selection. Nice sweaty handshake to Mr. Knoppenberger, huh? Rachel Rifkin also being recognized.
12th grader, all-conference, Vicky Rodasakis.
Vicky Rodasakis, an all-conference selection as well, and a senior.
12th grader, Melissa Strauss.
And Melissa Strauss getting recognized as well.
East Brunswick coaches,
Scott Arnauer, TJ Locke, and Susan Dunn getting recognition for coaching the 21-4 volleyball team. So terrific seasons for the volleyball gymnastics team. We are at halftime of this terrific basketball game between Immaculata and East Brunswick, and right now EB in control, 33-16, as Reggie Carney pursues victory number 500 as head coach. Stay tuned for the second half.
And Gordy, as we do our section of faces in the crowd, there you see Rich Whalen, and he's got to be the proud father. Of course, Rich Whalen Jr. Played here and was all everything at Moravian College, and assist leader. Katie is the JV coach, and now he's seen his young daughter Elizabeth break into the starting lineup for the Bears. So got to be feeling good. Good guy, Rich Whalen.
Yeah, he's a busy man trying to keep his loyalties even among those 3, I tell you. And, the JV game was an absolute thriller.
Oh, it was a great game.
Katie coached that team to a 42-41 win over Immaculata. We start quarter number 3 with East Brunswick working left to right in the home white jerseys. Immaculata's in the blue. Jess Olszewski's back in the lineup. She's got a fat lip to show for a collision she had with an Immaculata player.
A fat lip and a sharp eye.
And it certainly has not impacted her long-range shooting. Olszewski, her second 3 of the night, she has 6. And it's 36-16. Here comes Hilgenberg racing through a double team. And Sue Firestone's going to pick up her first personal foul. Team foul number 1 here in the second half. Olszewski got some treatment from Phil Hassel, the trainer. She does have a fat lip, the upper right side of her lip. Made contact with the head of another Immaculata player. But they did pretty well without her.
Okay, Bears in that man-to-man defense, almost forcing a turnover.
Ebony Johnson in the lineup with 3 fouls for Immaculata. Trapped in the corner, ball loose, out of bounds, and East Brunswick will control. Megan O'Neill will bring the ball up the floor. Trying to deliver to her coach his 500th career coaching victory. Here's Kohler. Kiss off the glass is too soft, and the rebound comes down to Christina Simpf. It's Simpf, Hilgenberg, Ebony Johnson, Robin Matisic, and that girl right there, Liz Geiger, on the floor for Immaculata. Liz Geiger with her first 2. It's Immaculata now trailing by 18. Elizabeth Whalen, Megan O'Neill, Sue Firestone, Stacy Kohler, and Jess Olszewski on the floor for EB. Here's Whalen, a little lob pass for O'Neill out on the wing. O'Neal puts it on the floor and drives. Nice dish for Kohler, off the glass, won't go. Kohler, the rebound, gets tied up, and the reach around foul from behind is going to go against Robin Matisic. And for Matisic, her second personal foul. Team foul number 2 on Immaculata here in the second half. 6:34 to go, third quarter. O'Neal off the inbound pass from Firestone, put it up and in. Megan O'Neal with 7. EB 40-18. I'm sorry, make it 38-18, 2 points ahead. Hilgerberg with a 3-on-1. Ebony Johnson swatted by O'Neal.
I'll tell you, good hand.
But she got it back. Still a 3-on-1. East Brunswick finally comes back. Hilgerberg the rebound. No good, but a whistle and a foul. And Sue Firestone's going to pick up the foul for EB. That's her second personal, team foul number 2.
And I tell you, Jen Hilgenberg, you take a look at her, just a fine player. Going to the foul line with 10 points tonight. Coming off a 2-point performance against Roselle Catholic. So she's in the flow of the game here. Just a sophomore, Gordy, so she's going to be a good one.
Terrific looking player. And just as good looking an overall athlete. So maybe could use a little work on the free throws, though. 0 for 2 that trip. Here's a pull-up by Olszewski, one-hander, rolls around and out. And the rebound to Hilgenberg, and East Brunswick's going to pick up another foul. This one will go on Stacy Kohler. For Stacy, her first personal, team foul number 3 already on EB. Just under 6 minutes to go, third quarter. East Brunswick in control by 20 here, 38-18. Here's Simp working her way around Firestone. Penetrates paint and dishes to Matisic. Back out for Simp, who's in trouble. Nearly threw it away, but Hilgenberg ran it down and then traveled with it. And the turnover gives the ball back to East Brunswick.
And once again, defensive pressure by the Bears, forcing the turnover.
.540 to play, third quarter. Firestone will direct things from the point. Olszewski, left wing, looking for help. Lob to O'Neal. Steps in, double team. Ball is blocked by Hilgenberg, who also tracks down the loose ball. Now she's in trouble herself. Double team. Wow, O'Neal just comes right back and grabs the ball. Great hustle.
Just aggressiveness, I tell you.
Possession arrow belongs to Immaculata. Hilgenberg triggered the inbound, in for Simp.
And the Spartans are down 20, and they're no pushover. As I said, they're seeded number 3 in the Somerset County tournament, so it says a whole lot.
I'll just give you an idea of how good East Brunswick is. This is one of the best teams in Somerset County.
That's right.
Loaded with underclassmen nonetheless, but a good young program, and they are just getting thoroughly manhandled here by East Brunswick. Ranked number 5 in the state by the Star Ledger if you go by those polls. Pull-up jumper, kiss off the glass by Matisic, who kind of shakes her head and smiles at the bench. You know she didn't call that one, but they give it to her. Matisic has 4 now. There's a long bomb from Olszewski, won't go. And Liz Geiger the rebound. Simp the other way for Hilgenberg, looking to drive on Whalen. Driving baseline, wow, nice touch.
I'll tell you, very nice touch.
Hilgenberg can play this game. She's got 12, leads all scorers. And we've got a timeout. 38-22, East Brunswick leads at 4:20 to go, third quarter. To the East Brunswick huddle we go.
Their matchup zone, you have them so spread out, and all you guards stand on the perimeter and stand there. Why can't you cut to the middle on your own? Because it's not a play? I forgot, if we don't call a play once we get tired, we can't remember what to do. I don't know what more you can want down this end. Could you look any tireder? How can a girl drive all the way down the sideline along the baseline and get a layup? Where are the help defenders rotating over to the ball? Where are you? Where are you? We have 1 on and up to it. Where are you? Best way to let somebody in the game. Become dysfunctional down this end, standing around because I'm tired, and don't play any defense down that end. You're back in the black, press, and get after somebody. Hustle, 1, 2, 3, hustle.
That's why he has 499 career victories, because even up by 16, He's always coaching.
You took the thoughts right out of my head, Gordy.
Never rests on his laurels. Let's see what happens here. It says that some of them look tired. I would think that Immaculata would be the more tired team because they had a game last night.
That's right.
They're playing a day game after a night game. Here's Firestone with a pull-up jumper. That'll ease the pain of the tongue lashing during the timeout. Firestone with 6. EB back up by 18. Here's Hilgerberg with the Jordan-like toss. Matisic couldn't handle it, and Megan O'Neill comes away with it. Hilgerberg got her hand in on that one also, but finally O'Neill wrestles the ball away. They back it off for an Olszewski jumper.
Olszewski's been off. Good block.
Blocked by Liz Geiger on Stacy Kohler. Ball goes out of bounds, and we've got a whistle and a foul. Foul's going to go on Ebony Johnson, and that is 4 on Ebony.
And she's coming out.
In for her is Erin Geiger. Also in the game, Heather Hargrove. Nicole Palazzi is going to come in as well, so 3 substitutions as Robin Matisic gets a break. 3:42 to go, third quarter. Here's Firestone for O'Neill. Wow.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul on Megan O'Neill. They called her backing in.
And Reggie just waves his hand.
The foul on Megan is very quietly her third. Still lots of time to go. 3.5 to play, third quarter. Megan in a bit of foul trouble. Certainly plays with enough discipline not to worry about it too much. There's a wild shot by Simph. It won't go. Ball on the floor. Olszewski tracks it down, dribbling on one leg. Wow. Here comes Whalen racing to the floor. Scoop layup is good. Had Kohler a little bit ahead of the field, but it would have been an awkward pass. Good decision that time by Whalen. She's got 9. EB back up by 20. Here comes Hilgenberg looking to fly. Pull-up jumper in the paint. Good defense. Here comes O'Neill racing the other way in a 3-on-1. Bounce pass for Kohler. No contest.
Good dish, good swish.
Kohler leads all scorers with 13 points. 3 minutes to go, third quarter, 44-22. East Brunswick has doubled up Immaculata again. Vicky Fisher's going to check in when we restart. We've got a timeout by Immaculata. Let's see what Reggie Carney has to say. I would guess the tone of this one will be a little lighter than the last timeout.
Steals on that fast break. You're getting 3-on-1, 3-on-2. Get wider. Dribbler go to a side and just she'll commit, then just bounce pass opposite. That's all you need to do right now. Keep the press going right now. When you get the rebound, they're trapping and double teaming, and they might get away with a foul or 2. But again, be strong with the basketball.
Make sure that off forward flashes middle, because that's where you're looking. So
Yeah, exactly. The offside forward again. That's where they're throwing the ball.
After you box out, you got to go for
all right, defense. 1, 2, 3. Defense. Come on.
All right, Reggie Carney looking for victory number 500 here today. 10 years at Hoffman High School where he was 296 and 37.
Wow.
At one point, he won 5 straight Group 1 titles from 1985 to 1989. Lynn Ust and the Kazemski twins with that group. Mary Ann Lewis was on there.
Great team.
3 straight GMC titles at Hoffman from 86 to 88. And the Tournament of Champions title in 1989. This is 9th year at East Brunswick, where he's 203 and 35. Central Jersey Group 4 champs in 93 and 94, and won the GMC tournament in 96. The Carney record. And the only girls basketball coach to win the GMC tournament with 2 different teams.
And of course, he's been there about 12 times in the final, I believe.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible.
Sue Firestone's going to pick up the foul. That is her third, and Reggie Carney asking her right now, hey, what is she going to do out there? Why do you have to foul her that far away from the basket? Now, Sue's got 3 now. Megan O'Neill also has 3 fouls. That is team foul number 5 on EB here in the second half. 2:45 to play, third quarter. 44-22, East Brunswick in command, but Immaculata won't go away. And if you know anything about Pam Baylog, the head coach at Immaculata, her team will never go away, even if they were down by 50.
Bears taking a rest. They're in his, well, they were in his zone. They switched back to man-to-man.
Here's Simph for Immaculata. Into a cutting Hilgenberg. Now, Erin Geiger. Erin looking to drive. Wild one-handed shot won't go, and the rebound is Stacy Kohler. Dish off to Whalen. Whalen head up, looking for help. Throws it away to Simph, picks it off and erases the other way, but East Brunswick's back, and she'll have to slow down. Lob pass to Hargrove. Hargrove in trouble. Backs it off for Geiger. Up top to Hilgenberg to reset. Less than 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Jumper by Hargrove is good. Left open for just a moment. But Heather Hargrove has her first 2 points, and the lead is 20, 44-24 with 1:40 to go. We've got a 20-second timeout. Reggie Carney calls that just to get his subs in.
Just to get his subs in.
Kelly Suchewicki, Pam Baylog, Morgan Baylog, and Megan O'Neill.
And maybe we can take a quick look at Pam Baylog. Gordy, you said you saw her play in college?
Yeah, she and I are the same age, and when I was at Rutgers broadcasting games for the Rutgers student station, she was a fantastic player for Temple University, and obviously they made a couple of trips to the Rutgers Athletic Center to take on the, well, as they were known back then, the Rutgers Lady Knights. Pam could get up and down the floor.
Pam Baylog in her 6th season at Immaculata.
Good athlete, very good coach. I think similar to Reggie Carney, always focuses on the fundamentals first. And boy, when you're loaded with a roster full of freshmen and sophomores like she is, you've got to work on the basics.
That's right.
Here's Morgan Baylog, no relation to Pam, the head coach at Immaculata. Megan O'Neill driving, scoop layup. They're going to say the foul was beforehand. So the foul on Heather Hargrove. Megan can't get the break.
I'll tell you, this is a lackadaisical crowd also. They can't even get into it to get out the officials the right way. Everything's sort of laid back today.
Third personal on Heather, third team foul on Immaculata here in the second half. Here's O'Neill on the left wing. Here's a Whalen three. No. Palazzi with the rebound for Immaculata. Just in all kinds of trouble, but gets it off for Hilgenberg. Watch her turn on the Jets. Here she goes racing, but has a poke from behind. Now she falls on the floor. Ball loose, grabbed by Simp. Wrestled it away from Suchewicki, but the possession arrow belongs to East Brunswick.
And I tell you saw Heather Hargrove snatch that ball. That was a frustration snatch on the floor. As you pointed out before, it seems like there's 8 to 10 Bears on the floor to the 5 Spartans. The Bears are everywhere.
And a turnover. You know, I've been looking for the analogy for the East Brunswick defense and how best to describe them.
Okay.
And I thought, in a way, you know, it's like holding your enemy's head underwater. But I thought, you know, that was a little sick. So I thought it's more like a 90-degree day in July with 90% humidity, and you're wearing a wool sweater.
Okay.
And it's really itchy, and you're not allowed to take it off. You know, and it's just kind of all over you.
It's just all over.
That's what this defense is like.
I'll tell you.
An itchy wool sweater on a July day.
Whew. Good one.
All right. Back to the action. 40 seconds to go, third quarter. East Brunswick by 20. Baylog backs it off for Whalen. Uh-oh, they left her open for a minute. Now up top to O'Neill. Guarded there by a new player in the game. That's Jamie Domino for Immaculata. Jamie, the only other senior, so Immaculata has all of its seniors in the lineup right now, both of them. There's 2. Lob pass in for O'Neill, a double team, then a whistle and a foul. And that's on Matisic. That'll be her third. And it is on Robin. So 3 for her, 3 on Heather Hargrove, and 4 on Ebony Johnson. To the free throw line, Megan O'Neill. That's the 4th team foul overall for Immaculata here in the second half. Megan at the free throw line, 1 out of 4 this afternoon.
Yeah, but quite an athlete. You saw her receive a award at halftime for volleyball, an all-area volleyball player. Matter of fact, I believe she made some all-state team as well. And that's a lot of pressure on the legs. You know, volleyball's on the hardwood as well, and then you come back to basketball, it's on a hardwood. Tough on the knees.
Here's Matisic with the pull-up jumper, rolls around and comes out, gets her own rebound, puts it up, still won't go. Vicky Fisher in there battling for the rebound, and Immaculata knocks it out of bounds, and East Brunswick gets it back. You mentioned O'Neill at the free throw line was struggling early, but has now made her last 3. And we have come to the end of the third quarter. 46-24, East Brunswick in command, 8 minutes to go. And we'll check in with head coach Reggie Carney as he sends some subs to the bench. See if he has some words of wisdom. His team prepares for the final quarter.
If it looks like they're a man-to-man, but they're still going matchup, just keep running through things hard. And I'm yelling to you, ready? We have a 22-point lead. If they're going to stand out there in the bleachers, they can't score from there. So we'd rather, again, you want to waste all this time off the clock, that's your business, but we don't want somebody getting around one of the guards down the middle. All right, so that's the point there. Now, keep it up. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's get off to a good, quick start here. Bears. 1, 2, 3. Bears.
All right, we get set to start the final 8 minutes. East Brunswick leading this one 46-24. And we talked at the outset about Reggie Carney not liking to give up more than 10 points a quarter to his opponent. Well, they did that in the first quarter. They gave up 10 when the lead was only 7 at the end of one quarter. But since then, they gave up 6 in the second quarter and 8 in the third quarter. And that defense, boy, is just one reason why they lead right now by 22. On the floor will be Sue Firestone, Jess Olszewski, Megan O'Neill, Stacy Kohler, and Elizabeth Whalen. Immaculata will counter with Liz Geiger, Christina Simpf, Ebony Johnson, who has 4 fouls, along with Jen Hilgenberg and Robin Matisich.
And Bo Henning and his troops have just filed into the beer den from their match game with Serval.
Here's Simpf with the lead for Geiger in the corner, and she drained it. Liz Geiger with 4. And Immaculata back to within 20. Here's Olszewski on the race. Layup won't go. Rebound tracked down by O'Neill. Steps in the paint, scoops it up off the glass, won't go. Kohler the rebound, nobody boxed her out, and she made him pay.
Kohler's there.
Kohler with 15 to lead all scorers. Back to a 22-point lead. Ebony Johnson in for Matisich. She's going to be double teamed there. Nobody coming to help. Finally, they get away to Liz Geiger. Geiger's got a 2-on-1 opportunity, but she traveled with it.
Traveled. And again, it's just the pressure. If they don't steal it, the Bears don't steal it themselves and whatnot, they're putting enough pressure on you to force you into a turnover.
7 minutes, 21 seconds left to go in this game. And that much time standing in the way of Reggie Carney's 500th career victory. Here's Elizabeth Whalen off the feed. She converts. She's in double figures with 11 points, and a near steal by Olszewski, fat lip and all. And he's Immaculata's going to get the ball back. Olszewski touched it last. 7-11 to go. 50-26. East Brunswick by 24. Largest lead of the game. Simpf working on Firestone. Bounce pass stolen by O'Neill. Here she comes off to the races. Breaks away from the pack. Nice wraparound pass. Firestone's off balance layup try won't go. She was fouled by Hilgenberg on the way to the hoop.
I'll tell you, Megan O'Neill with a great no-look pass. Firestone picked it up with good hands, but simply got fouled trying to put it up.
First personal foul on Jen Hilgenberg. 5th team foul at Immaculata. Sue Firestone to the free throw line for the first time this afternoon. And her first bangs out. Sue's got 6 points on the afternoon. 5'7" senior. Second one also won't go for her. Rebound saved in bounds by Hilgenberg, who throws it the other way toward her basket. But her teammates couldn't catch up with it. And EB will get it back. 6:50 to play. Barring a miracle, Reggie Carney will win his 500th career game today, and there will be a small ceremony after the game, which I believe he is expected to take the public address mic and say a few words, and we're going to see if we can't talk to him as well. Here's Elizabeth Whalen. Right side jumper won't go. Olszewski the rebound, mugged inside. And she will go to the free throw line.
I'll tell you, it's still an airy, quiet gym for a basketball game. It's been that way all day.
Now, 1, the game isn't close, and 2, I think the team is and the fans are really set to erupt for Reggie Carney. Team foul number 6 on Immaculata as Robin Matisich picks up her 4th personal. She and Ebony Johnson both with 4 personal fouls. Olszewski at the free throw line hits the first. This is her first trip to the stripe this afternoon. The second one rolls out. Matisich the rebound. Olszewski with 7 points. She's coming off a huge game. She had 20 against J.P. Stevens in that monster win the other night. She got headbutted in the first half and has a fat lip. She missed a good 5 or 6 minutes of the second quarter. Ebony Johnson holding high overhead for Immaculata. Backs it off for Hilgenberg. Hilgenberg, it looks like she's always ready just to race to the basket and out jump somebody. Megan O'Neill the rebound off the miss. Back the other way for the Bears. Wow, great pass to a wide open Olszewski. Blew the layup. The putback by Kohler partially blocked. Olszewski back up and in. Don't give her a second chance.
I'll tell you, tenacity.
Tenacity and persistence, all that stuff. 9 points now for Olszewski. A couple of substitutions for Immaculata. Heather Hargrove and Erin Geiger getting set to check back in. Christina Simp with the basketball for the Spartans. Stops the dribble. Lob pass inside for Ebony Johnson. Swatted away by Olszewski from behind. Here's Geiger's shot. And she hits for 2. Liz Geiger with 6 points all here in the second half. Here's Whalen out on the right wing, looking for help as she picks up the dribble. Bounce pass down low for Kohler. Shot won't go. Olszewski in there for the rebound. Poked it free for Kohler, but a whistle and a foul. And they're going to call Stacy Kohler on the push. For Stacy, that's her second personal. Team foul number 6 on EB. Kelly Suchowicki, Morgan Baylog, and Vicky Fisher are in. Stacy Kohler, Sue Firestone, and Jess Olszewski are out. More wholesale substitutions. 5 minutes to go. 53-28. This will be a historic game. And Reggie Carney will win his 500th. He will be mobbed by his players, and I'm sure we'll get a standing ovation from the fans as well. Here's a Madison shot off the glass. This one didn't go. She hit one like that earlier before. O'Neal the rebound. Another great pass. Fisher took her eye off it, though. She started looking at the basket before the ball was in her hands, I think. And jump ball possession arrow belongs to East Brunswick. You don't suppose that the Gatorade jug behind the East Brunswick bench might get open and dunked?
I don't think so.
It wouldn't be good for the floor, probably. Baseline jumper. Wow, Whalen drains it from long distance. Elizabeth Whalen now, 13 points, 55-28. East Brunswick with its largest lead of 27. There's a drive by Geiger, double team, dumped it off to Matisic, ball loose in the paint. O'Neal had a paw on it.
I'll tell you how many tie-ups can there be?
Just all over you. Elizabeth Whalen takes a break. Lauren Genovese still drying off from the JV game, is in the game now for the varsity, 5'8" junior. Four minutes to go. There's a turnaround by Matisic. Basket, no. Foul, yes. Ray Forziati makes the call on Stacy Fisher, who picks up her first personal. Team foul number 7. And Robin Matisic goes to the free throw line for the second time this afternoon. She's 0 for 2, 4 points on the night. First one won't go. Substitution as Moira Kirby, a 6-foot freshman in the game for EB. Megan O'Neal gets a round of applause and a high five from her coach. She's done for the afternoon.
Well deserved, Pam.
Immaculata is going to make some substitutions as well, as Pam Baylog is going to start emptying the bench. Jamie Domino, 5'3" senior, in for Christina Simp.
Matisic is one of the few seniors on this team, 6'1" senior. Her big game was 13 points against Hillside the other night.
A wild scramble again. Heather Hargrove, Lauren Genovese falling over each other. Nicole Palazzi is going to come in for Matisic. That might be all for her as well this afternoon. 3:55 to play. Suchowicki will run the point. Here's Baylog. Now Genovese. Inside for Fisher. Fisher turning. Wow, with the left-handed toss goes. Vicky Fisher with 4 on a real pretty move down low. And EB extends to 57-28. Erin Geiger in and out of the hands and off the shoulder of Heather Hargrove, and EB gets it back. The nightmare continues for Immaculata.
I'll tell you, if it were a tennis match, a lot of unforced errors.
Suchowicki. Racing by Stephanie Wilk, who's in the game. Genovese with the basket.
I'll tell you.
Good body control, because she got a little bump there. Lauren Genovese with her first 2. Real solid JV performance in a 42-41 win. Real nail-biter of a game, too. Good game. Comes right back in and scores in a varsity game as well. Inside pass for Palazzi. She got tied up. Held ball. Possession arrow belongs to Immaculata. 3:01 to play. 59-28. 181 seconds away from Reggie Carney's 500th career coaching victory. And they will celebrate because they love him here. And Heather Hargrove just throws it away. Vicky Fisher returns the favor. Substitution for Immaculata. Liz Geiger's going to come back in. She'll give Heather Hargrove a breather. Here's Jamie Domino. She'll run the point for Immaculata. 2:40 to play. Here's Geiger out on the left wing. Wilk with the shot. Over the rim, over to the other side, where Suchowicki picked it up. She threw it away.
I'll tell you, the pinball.
Collects it. That's good hustle. Immaculata controls. This is Stephanie Wilk, 5'5" junior. Now to Domino at the point. Domino picks up the dribble, back for Wilk, guarded there by Genovese. Geiger driving, nice move, pull up in the paint, a little off balance, it won't go. Genovese races away with the rebound. 2:05 to play. East Brunswick ever closer to going 12-2 on the season. Ooh. Wow, and a three-pointer by Morgan Baylog. She has 4. That is the 4th three-pointer of the game for East Brunswick. Minute 50 to play. On a wide open, Vicky Fisher collects the ball, composes herself and finishes. Vicky Fisher with 6. East Brunswick getting set to make some substitutions. We're going to get a look at Lisa Mariski.
I'll tell you, it's a frustrating day for the Immaculata Spartans.
We're going to get a 20-second timeout here to make some substitutions. Going to get a look at Melissa Dudra, Lisa Mariski, and Lauren Hendricks when we resume play. And now we've got a banner up on the far sideline that says, "Congrats, Kearney, on 500. There it is there.
I'll tell you.
Cheerleaders hanging on to it, as well as the East Brunswick mascot. Minute 29 away from the celebration. (64-28) blowout city here at East Brunswick High School.
And Reggie Kearney slapping 5 with all of his players on the bench there. And finally, Reggie Kearney has smiled tonight.
Yeah, he gave the thumbs up to the crowd on the far side who kept calling his name, and they weren't going to stop calling it until he acknowledged them. Got a big smile and 2 thumbs up. Lob pass inside for Moira Kirby. And Nicole Palazzi is going to pick up the foul. For Nicole Palazzi, her first personal. Team foul number 7. Moira will shoot the 1-and-1. First is good, the 6-foot freshman. She'll shoot one more. Second's a little shy. Immaculata the rebound. Geiger racing the other way. This is Liz Geiger. Backs it off for her twin sister, Erin. The long 3, back iron, falls out. Mariski on the floor looking for the ball. Here's Palazzi, one step. A little travel maybe, but throws it up and in. Nicole Palazzi. Wasn't pretty, but she got it done. 4 points for her, less than a minute to go. The Kearney celebration will be on soon. Mariski's pass for Kirby. Kirby now with the deuce. She's got 3 points. 9 players have scored for East Brunswick in this game, 67-30. It's a 37-point rout. 35 seconds to go. Liz Geiger, lob pass down low for Stephanie Wilk. Shot no, rebound Kirby. Had it stripped by Erin Geiger. Last touch by Immaculata, and EB gets it back. Here's Mariski at the point. Lisa's a 5'5" sophomore. Lauren Genovese, 5'8" junior. Back to Mariski, guarded there by Domino. Mariski driving. Kind of went up in the air and lost it a little bit. Out of bounds, last touch by Immaculata. East Brunswick gets it back, 16 seconds to go. And it will be a momentous victory for Reggie Kearney. 500 victories. This is 19th season overall as head coach. Shot partially blocked. And here comes Geiger the other way. 8 seconds. And now the crowd chants his name. 4 seconds to go. Geiger throws it back up and in. She's going to finish with 8 points, and there it is. 500 career coaching victories for Reggie Kearney.
Quite a milestone.
It is an almost unthinkable amount of victories, especially since he's only been doing it for 19 seasons as head coach. And he gets a standing ovation from the crowd. Kiss and a hug from Katie Whalen, his JV coach. Congratulations from the Immaculata players. Pam Baylog congratulates them as well. Crowd standing in unison.
And I think Reggie's just pleased to have it done.
Probably right.
Just a great job. You can say a lot about Reggie Carney. Great tactician, a great communicator.
Mr. Reggie Carney for winning the 500th game as the girls varsity basketball coach. Mr. Carney won 296 games in 11 years at Hoffman High School and 214 in 9 years at East Brunswick for a total of 500 wins in 20 years.
Yeah, we'll go over Reggie Carney's record. Very impressive in his years at Hoffman. 296 wins, 37 losses. That's an .889 winning percentage. Here are the balloons from athletic director Frank Knoppenberger. The basketball with the number 500 written on it, and he's going to address the crowd here.
And well, he should.
And a high five from the Bear.
I can't thank all of you enough. Like I've said so many times in the past 22 years, it's been such an honor, such a privilege being associated with the kids I've had the opportunity and the pleasure to coach, the parents that have done such a tremendous job of raising them, and I can't thank everybody enough. I mean, God knows this is my life, but I couldn't be with any better people to celebrate such a special memory today. Thank you very much.
Reggie Carney, always class on the bench, on the court, and exhibiting some class right there. Quite a milestone. You see him with athletic director Frank Knoppenberger taking a shot there. But
almost unthinkable. 500 wins. 12 years at Hoffman. 12 years at Hoffman, 296 wins and 37 losses. And with today's victory, 204 wins and 35 losses at EB for 500.
You see him with his wife Linda down on the court taking some shots there, Gordy. And a lot of people, I mean, this is a big day for Reggie Carney. A lot of things have to be going through his mind. A lot of different players, a lot of different people that have affected his life. You got to think of a number of players that have come through. Lynn Ust, Mary Ann Lewis, Chris and Jen Kazimski, the twins, Trisha Propowski, Erica Ware, Nikki McBride, Katie Whalen, Colleen King, Kara Mataseski, Jan Prizup, Courtney Bloor, Gia Oriel, Jill Kinney, Kristen Breen, and many others. Got to be going through his head at this time. And Gordy has mentioned it before. Reggie Carney, 500 wins, 5 straight Group 1 champions at Hoffman. His 1989 team went 30-5. He won the inaugural Tournament of Champions. And a lot more. We'll be right back in just a moment.
500 career victories with a 67-32 win over Immaculata. What are you feeling right now?
Oh, I just feel ecstatic. I mean, you know, I've been over this so many times with a great bunch of kids I've had the pleasure of coaching, and you could see today the kids wanted it so bad. They came out trying to do everything in their power, you know, and try to do a little bit too much, but I couldn't be any prouder and any happier right now. Again, I mean, the wins are special, but I think it's more the memories and, like I'm saying, the kids I've had the opportunity to coach, the people I've had the opportunity to meet and get to know better, and it's all because of this. I mean, there's no other reason.
You've had some great moments, obviously, in your high school career. How does this one rank? You've had state titles, you had the Tournament of Champions in '89. Where does this rank?
Oh, this is so special, you know, because sometimes with the state titles or the county, they are one-shot deals. You know, you've been able to survive this long, you know. Again, it's a 20-year plus process, so it ranks right up there. I'm so ecstatic right now.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
All right, Reggie Carney, 500 victories and a lot more pictures to take.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Okay.